everyone and welcome to Barley G Music School with your music teacher here, Dave Allen. Hello. So today I just want to share with you some practical ways that you can practice your major scales, ideally on a daily basis. And I hope that it might actually inspire you to understand why practicing your scales is important and how it benefits your everyday piano playing. I teach a lot of students and a very common theme from a lot of them is scales are boring, what's the point? And to a certain degree I agree. If you just practice your scales in isolation and don't try and learn pieces of music that actually interest you, yeah, what is the point? And you will just give up faster. And if you're just going through the motions when you practice scales, you're not really going to develop. It's a bit like going to the gym and slouching on the treadmill, reading a book. You might as well stay at home and slouch on the couch and read that book. You just do yourself back injuries going to the gym and not doing it properly. Same with doing the piano. But that said, let's talk about some positive ways of practicing your scales. Let's go to the piano and start learning. Come on. Okay, so when you come to the piano to practice your major scales, you want to make sure you practice with good coordination and accuracy. You don't want to just be slouched over and be like, yeah, all right, C major. Yeah, easy, done. That's like going to the gym, slouching on the treadmill. No point. Stay at home and slouch on the couch. Yeah? So, when you come to the piano, you want to sit, the correct posture, nice straight back, have your palms of your hands, on the piano like we talked about before, and to further ensure a bit of coordination, use a click track. So, we're just going to play along with a nice steady click, and we're just going to play the scale here, C major in this case, and we're going to play one beat to each note. Okay? So, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And of course you do the same with your left hand and hands together. You can play more than one octave if you're at that stage, up to you. So another great little technique to do though is just to play little half scales. So let's just keep it in C major for this example. So we're going to play from C to G and then back down, so I'll show you. Okay, so what we'll do is play here in half beat rhythm, so playing like quavers, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so on. But in the left hand, you're just going to play quarter note rhythm still, playing one note per beat, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And like just to recap, in the right hand you'll be playing the half beat rhythm, so the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and so on. So if I play it with a click, it probably makes sense. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1, 2, 3, 4. You see? And you can reverse that. So you could play the quarter note rhythm in the right hand and the half note rhythm in the left. Another good technique when practicing your major scales is to include playing the tonic major chord of each one as well. And I tend to start at C and move up chromatically until I get back to C again. Then you can practice all of your 12 major scales, but you're familiarising yourself with how to play and finger the major chords as well. So chords are bread and butter of nearly every piece of music you'll be learning to play, so it's good to just get familiar with them as well as the melodic, logical fingering that we're learning from playing the scales also. So we'll start in C major, play the triad chord, which is always the first, third and fifth degree of the major scale. Okay, so you'll play the chord, play the scale. Move up chromatically to D flat major. Play the chord, play the scale. Then we move up chromatically again to D major. Play the chord, play the scale. to E flat major, play the chord, play the scale. Okay, and we'll keep doing that until we get back to C again. And of course, you can use your click track to really play this with accuracy. You could hold the chord for 4 beats and then play the scale on the beat, or you could play the scale in half beat rhythms. It doesn't really matter as long as what you're doing is in time and it's accurate. It's a great little practice to do, and you're getting yourself familiar with those chords as well. Okay, so now we understand what we're doing. I'm going to play all of these scales using a click track, set at 100 beats per minute, and you can play along if you wish. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 1. Well, I hope this video has been of some help and has given you some ideas of how you might go about practicing your major scales and major chords. Now, like I said at the beginning of the video, I do totally understand that it can seem really pointless and just boring and dull to practice scales and chords even if you're not applying that to your songs that you actually want to learn. I mean, the reason you play the piano is because you want to play some songs and that you don't want to just play scales, which I totally agree with. But the point of doing scales alongside learning your pieces of music just helps your technique improve. It happens almost just subconsciously. You will just pick up on it, because where was just getting you to play the chords there, well, if you play a lot of pop music, for example, I mean, chords are everywhere, so you just want to get familiar with them. When you hear E flat major, yeah, I know they do that, but it's also your fingering just goes to it like a claw. You just get used to it. You don't even have to think about it. You can have your eyes shut, you'll just play it. Playing the scales, you're learning how just to logically use the correct sort of fingering that just works. So similarly, when you're playing a melodic passage in a piece of music, doesn't matter what type of music, it's pop, rock or classical, you know, it's just that the fingering, it just becomes logical and ingrained in you, just how you would, I use the word again, logically get your fingers around that melody. So it does really help, but do it alongside doing pieces of music that you enjoy. Yeah, definitely don't just practice scales and don't learn a piece of music. Pointless. Like going on that treadmill with the book slouched over. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.